Welcome to the Locker Room Talk podcast. I'm Henry Amaan here with my co-hosts Anthony Crispy, Bodhi Taft, Amaan Akhtar, and our special guest star Jack Cust, who played for the Oakland A's, Rockies, Houston Astros, Diamondbacks, and I think two others.
Yeah.
So we're gonna all ask you 5 questions. I'm gonna ask one, and then we're gonna go. Bodhi's gonna ask one, then Anthony, then Amaan.
All right.
How was it like playing with Ichiro Suzuki?
Oh, it was good, man. He was a great player. He was, obviously when he came on the scene from Japan, he made quite a splash, and just seeing the way that he worked and kind of went about his business. I played him a little later in his career, but I played against him a long time, and saw a lot of the great things that he could do. But he was a special player, and he was pretty funny too. So he had some good jokes.
Right, Jack. What was your reaction getting called up for the first time?
I was excited. I was in Nashville, Tennessee. Um, and it was the end of the year, and I was hoping to get called up, but I was with the Diamondbacks, and it was the year they won the World Series, so they had a lot of veterans on the team, and I didn't know if they were going to call guys up or not because sometimes they don't want it to like mess with the mojo of the team. But I just remember being excited. Like, hey, this is finally my chance, and all the hard work has paid off. With the opportunity to step on a major league field. I guess maybe I was a little nervous too. I kind of forget. I'm sure I was a little bit, just being like with in the big leagues with a bunch of older guys. I think I was like 21 or 22 at the time. So, but I just remember, um, and then Nashville was an old stadium, and it's like a swampy, hot clubhouse. And I remember the manager telling me I was going to the major leagues, and a couple other guys. So I was excited because there was a couple other guys on the team that was going up with me. So that was a moment that won't forget. Calling my parents and telling them that the good news that I was going to meet the team in San Francisco.
All right, Jack, out of your six major league teams, what was your favorite city?
Favorite home city or favorite city just to travel, like, or to
I'd say
visit?
home city. What was your favorite, like, home, like,
Uh,
advantage, I guess?
oh, advantage. Well, I hit the best in Oakland, but that wasn't like the case for a lot of guys. That was some people didn't like to hit there, but I like to hit there. I was comfortable there in the batter's box. But I would say favorite city. I always liked Scottsdale, Arizona. That was the first place I got called up in. It was Phoenix with the Diamondbacks, but I always liked Arizona a lot. My wife and I considered living there when we, were talking about, starting a family, but we had, family business and stuff back in Jersey, so we stayed here, and then obviously just having family around as we were having kids and stuff was nice to have people helping as opposed to being all the way on the almost on the West Coast. But I like that. San Diego was a cool spot too. Obviously all the things they say about San Diego are true. It's beautiful weather. It's sunny every day. And Seattle was a cool spot too. So, but I would say probably my heart, the first time I got drafted and signed, I played rookie ball out in Scottsdale, and then being able to spend a lot of time there just through baseball and spring trainings and whatnot. I always liked Phoenix area a lot. Good question.
Thank you.
Hey Jack, thanks for taking the time to
Oh, you made it. Oh, the Houston Star. What's up, man?
What's up? Thank you. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you on. My
Yeah.
my question is, So you were traded multiple times in your career. Can you walk us through what is that process like? Do you get a phone call? Are they going to call you in? Is someone else that tells you? How does that process work?
Yeah, that's a good question too. The first time I got traded was actually, I think it was on my birthday. It's so long ago, I forget. But I remember I was hitting the batting cage, and Joe Garagiola, the general manager of the Diamondbacks, called me, and I was like, "Oh man!" I mean, back then the cell phones weren't like they are now. Someone called on like a flip phone, and I was like, I'm hitting, I don't know who that is, I'm not answering, or they probably wasn't even caller ID back then. But I was like, I called the number back, and then they didn't answer, and then I ended up talking to Tommy Jones, who was our head of the minor leagues back then, and I think he just got promoted to a major league job with the team. But I just thought, I remember like when I listened to the voicemail and it was Joe Garagiola, I was like, oh man, these guys, I guess they call you on your birthday when you're in the major leagues. I didn't know, like I didn't think a trade was like in the realm of like possibilities of what could happen at that time. And but then I learned that I was traded. It was actually like kind of a funny story because I was getting traded to the Rock, or not funny but weird, because I got traded to the Rockies, and then the Rockies general manager called me and told me that I probably wouldn't be in Colorado, that they were thinking about flipping me to the A's for another player. So I was like, okay. So then I remember just sitting there, like waiting for him to call me back, and he never called me back. So I was like there was not really any internet back then. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I just remember going home and talking to my dad, and he's like, "So what's going on?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't know if I'm on the Rockies or the A's or what team I'm on. I know I'm not on the Diamondbacks anymore." So it wasn't. But I ended up going to spring training with Colorado. But it was interesting. It was the fear of like the unknown, because like I said, I really liked Phoenix and Scottsdale and that, and the whole Diamondbacks. That was the only organization I knew. So going to a new organization was like, oh well, how do they do things over there? But they had a lot of great players. I played with a lot of Hall of Famers over there, Larry Walker, Todd Helton. So that was a great experience to be able to go over there and play in Colorado as well. But it's always sad leaving the first team that you've been with, because you have so many friends that you came up with in the minor leagues and stuff, and then even the major league guys, the older guys, were really cool. So it was like mixed emotions, I guess. Like excited, because you feel like this other team wants you, but also a little sad because the original team that you came up with didn't want you anymore, I guess, or needed something else. So, but yeah, it happened a couple times in my career. More times I was released and picked up by someone else instead of traded. So it was I was always bouncing around. So I learned how to make friends quick.
Okay, so for my second question, there was a lot of pitchers you faced. What was your favorite one to face? And which one did you really have like their number against? Which one did you hit the best against?
Um, so who did I hit the best against? Well, I mean, there was a couple pitchers like Tim Wakefield. He was. I always hit him really well. He's a knuckleball guy, and for some reason, people like to ask me, "Could you hit knuckleballs?" I was like, "Well, I can hit Tim Wakefield's knuckleball." So I like facing him because I would always joke like, "All right, I just got to get to Boston and face Tim Wakefield, and I know I'm going to get a couple hits, and I'll feel better." So that was like, that was one guy. There's a couple other guys that I hit pretty well. I actually hit Roy Halladay pretty well. A couple times I faced him, which he was a Cy Young Award winner and great pitcher, probably one of the best of his generation. But then there was tons of guys that I didn't hit so well against. So I think did you ask me who I didn't hit well against, or was it just who I hit well? You're being nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hit. I hit some guys good, but I hit more guys not so good.
Speaking of pitchers, what was Randy Johnson like? Because my dad's always telling me stories about him, how good he was. What was he like as like a person?
He was great, man. He was an awesome dude. Like he was, I grew up loving Ken Griffey Jr. and Randy Johnson was on that team, and obviously, I got a chance to play with him in Arizona, and he was like just a fierce competitor on the days when he pitched, but he was also like a super nice dude for also being a Hall of Famer and like the intensity that he brought on game day. Um, he was like he wasn't always like that like every other day, so that was cool. Like I was a young guy, he was an older guy, and he always treated me with like a lot of respect, which back then it was a little different. Like some of the old guys would sometimes give you a bunch of give you a hard time. So, but he was a sweet guy, and he was fun to watch pitch. And I got to face him, thank goodness, when he was a little older and not throwing as hard, and he had really good control. Because when he was wild and hitting guys and then striking everybody out, like he's not a guy as a left-hand hitter that you probably would have wanted to face when he was whizzing balls at your head and then throwing the next one on the outside corner. It's not an easy at bat facing a guy like that. But he was a quality dude and is a quality dude. I still seen him. I think he's like a big photographer now. So
Speaking of Randy Johnson and him being like a nice guy, who is like your favorite guy, like your dugout buddy that you would always go to, like in between innings and stuff, joke around with in the dugout?
yeah. Well, there. I played with a lot of good guys. Right at the top of the list is probably Mike Sweeney. He played with the Kansas City Royals. Was an All Star for many years with them. Great hitter, funny guy. Just a quality human being. There's so many guys that we played with it that I've played with that we just had a blast. But he's one guy I think of. Trevor Hoffman was another guy that was just an unbelievable teammate. Was super nice to me, treated me like gold, and I was nobody, like just a young kid. And he treated everybody like they were a Hall of Famer, and he was a Hall of Famer. So obviously, sweetheart Sandy Alomar Jr. was a catcher, was a really nice guy. I played with the Rockies. David Segui with the Baltimore Orioles was a super nice guy that would give you like whatever you had if you want to bat or batting gloves or whatever. He'd take you out to dinner. Like there's just so many good guys that play baseball that it's hard to. Those are just a few that come to the top of my head.
Come on, I think it's your time, bud.
Yeah, bud. Let's go, bud.
Sorry.
Sleeping in Houston. We're not sleeping here. Come on, let's go.
Um, so when you watch today's game, right? You were
Yeah.
drawing 100 plus walks before that was fashionable. Is there anything you see in 20s baseball that you would wish were more like 2000s baseball?
Yeah, like I mean, I don't watch as much as I used to. Like I don't watch. I watch playoff baseball mostly. But I mean, I mean, it sounds weird coming from a guy that does all the stuff that they do now. But like, just the like the small ball, the hit and run, the bunts, the um, all that type of stuff. Some of the rule changes are a little weird. How you can't pick guys off and stuff, and or you can only throw over a couple times. Feel like an old person saying all this stuff, but it's just like things like that. Um, I don't, I feel like there's opportunities in the like in certain situations where just bunting a guy or a hit and run. Like I don't even know if they do hit and runs anymore. Like, it opens up the field, it helps you as a hitter. makes the defense move, get them out of position. That's why I feel like some like the Dodgers have done so well because they do a little bit of that stuff. Oh, Dave Roberts is another dude I gotta say because he's like one of my favorites like of all time. Like sweetheart, great guy, and that's why he's an unbelievable manager because he communicates so well. But he also knows the game. He does the analytics stuff, but he also still does a little bit of the small ball. And manufactures runs instead of just waiting for the home runs. So, a little bit more of that kind of stuff I miss in the game or when I watch it. Just like, hey, why aren't guys doing more of that? So it's a good question though.
Thank
So for my third question, I know you hit a home run off of Mariano Rivera. What was your
Yep.
mindset coming into that at bat?
Sorry, you cut out for a second. What was my what?
Mindset coming into that at bat.
Oh, the mindset. Well, I faced him the night before. I pinch hit against him the night before, so I kind of knew the way his ball moved. Like he threw a very unique fastball, that cut fastball that everybody knows, and so like I kind of knew where it had to start in order for me to hit it. Like I was like, wow, his fastball, it looks like a regular fastball coming in like everybody else's, but it moves like 8 inches probably, like into you as a lefty, away from you as a righty. So it was weird because excuse me, the night before I saw a couple pitches. I was seeing them pretty well, and I took a swing on a pitch that I thought was going to be a good pitch to hit, but it ended up jamming me because it moved so much more than I even really thought it was going to move. So the next day, I faced him, and so I already knew what his ball was doing. So I knew, okay, that pitch that I thought I could hit, it actually needs to be like probably another 6 to 7 inches further away from me in order for me to hit it. So I think I got to like a 3-2 count, and he threw one in that spot where I could hit it. Unfortunately for him, but yeah, I don't think he lost any sleep over it. But I did hit that home run off him. I actually hit him pretty well considering how good he was because I was pretty good. If it was one pitch, I could, it was those guys that had like 3, 4, 5 pitches that were a lot harder for me to hit, even though he had obviously unbelievable success. And I'm sure if I faced him more, he probably would have gotten me out more. But the limited at bats I had against him, I did okay against him. But that was my mindset was like get a ball out over the plate. Do not swing at anything that starts from the outer third of the plate away. Like anything from like 2/3 of the plate, take that outer third. If it doesn't start off the plate, like almost on the outside corner, don't swing at it because anything else is going to be a ball inside, even though it looks like a strike. It's weird. He's got it's a crazy pitch. So I was just looking to get something out over the plate, and luckily he threw something where I could hit it. He hit my bat.
Jack, what was your favorite stadium to play in?
Fenway Park because you already heard the Tim Wakefield, so there's a good chance I was going to face him there, and I just love the energy there. I love the old Yankee Stadium. Um, the energy at old Yankee Stadium was insane. I grew up going there a lot with my dad, so we would go to games at Yankee Stadium. He'd take us to 4 or 5, I don't know, 6 games a year. We'd always go catch Griffey there. And then Fenway was like just the energy of Fenway was even like old Yankee Stadium, but like more. Like I felt like the everyone's right on top of you. They sing the Sweet Caroline and like in between the seventh inning stretch or whenever it is, and it's like I don't know, the crowd just gets into it. Like the crowd is just into the games there. And then that was when like Manny and Big Poppy were playing, and those are two of my favorite players, kind of to watch as far as hitters. So the combination of all those things and the fact that it was kind of close to home where family could come up, my wife could come up, Like the combination of all that made it like a lot of fun to play there. And I hit really well there, which I would never say a stadium that I didn't hit well at.
So, Jack, you were a designated hitter. You were also a left fielder and a right fielder.
Yep.
Did you like having that break, or did you like going out in the field and trying to play left field and right field?
Yeah, trying's the key word there. I wasn't a very good outfielder. But I actually hit probably way better when I played the field because I really like I only like the DH when I was hitting well, like in the zone, because you can kind of overthink things a little bit, like when you're in the dugout and you're not going in the field, you know. So like I always like to play the field, even though I wasn't the best fielder. I never looked at like my stats, but I'm sure I hit probably 20 to 30 points higher, like career wise in the field, I would imagine, because I just, it just, you're not thinking about hitting like 24/7. If you're locked in, it doesn't matter. You could DH, I could sit on the bench. I don't even need to do anything. You're just talking with your boys. But it's like if you're not feeling good, you can go up in the cage, or you could go up in the tunnel or in the clubhouse and start over analyzing video of the pitchers, or looking at your swing too much, or swinging too much in the cage during innings where the team's not hitting. So good question. I definitely liked, and I think most guys like to play the field more than DH for sure. It's not as easy as it seems. It seems like a luxury, like, oh, all I have to do is
Mm-hmm.
hit. But really, if you're not hitting, then you really feel like a piece of junk if like you're not getting any hits. It's like, yo, you're supposed to get hits. You're the designated hitter, not the designated non-hitter.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I like playing the field even though I wasn't good at it.
Hey Jack, so you hit 33 home runs in
Yeah.
2008, which was a
Yeah.
very heavy steroid era. As someone who never used steroids, never got caught, do you ever feel like you were maybe robbed? You're only 5 home runs away from being top three in the category. Do you ever feel like you were robbed of maybe higher recognition because of steroids?
Nah, well, there that year, 2008, there was no steroids. The steroids was like I think they ended in like 2005. So 2008 they were doing a lot of drug testing. So they're definitely like most of those. I would probably guarantee that everybody was clean. Um, I mean that year I had a good year. I think I could have had a better year because like I wasn't even playing as much as I should have been playing. Like the A's were kind of a funny team. They I don't know, they would just do weird stuff. Like I'd be sitting, I was leading the team in home runs like the whole year, and then they would just like sit you for no reason. Like I'm like, bro, I'm healthy. Like I need to play. I'm our best player. Why am I not playing? And they're like, oh, we're just gonna give this kid a shot from the minor leagues. I'm like, all right, well, do that with somebody else. Don't do that with me. So it was like I feel like I got robbed more from the actual team than from any of that like steroid situation stuff. So yeah, I don't know if that like answers the question in full, but
Yeah,
like 2008 was like yeah, the game was clean then. The game and like I think they started testing in like '05, '06, and um like the home runs were down that year. I think I was like, what would you say? Like I was like, I don't know. I was like, what was the most
I
home runs?
believe, I believe,
38 or something, 40 or something maybe.
yeah, it was in the 40s. It's
Yeah.
48 from Howard.
Oh yeah, in the National League, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. But I think in the American League, I might have been like top. I don't know what 10 maybe or something or five. I don't even know. But like I was there. There wasn't a lot of home runs back then or those certain years. My theory is that like yeah they cracked down on steroids, but at the same time they were also like deadening the balls a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So like the balls, they I think because the balls were because when I came out to the big leagues in '01 and '02, the balls were flying, and then like in '06, '07, and '08, like the same balls, they were like not flying as far. Like it wasn't steroids or non-steroids. It was just like I think they kind of like at the same time that they started testing, they also like deadened the balls a little bit. So that's why like the home run numbers weren't so crazy. But that's just my theory. But I mean, I was hitting the balls and I always had power. And I was just like, man, these balls in like '06 and '07, '08, '09, they're not like flying like they were back in '01. Like the balls were flying.
Okay.
And like they were in 17, I think 17, 18, 19, they juiced the balls back up. That's why everyone was hitting home runs, like these little guys. So,
Like Altuve.
but yeah. Well, Altuve's got popping. It's a small field, but yeah, like a lot of guys. I've seen my brother sends me videos of guys hitting home runs that I'm like, how did that ball go out? But I think the last couple of years they might have brought dialed them back a little bit.
So when you went to the stadiums, what was the most annoying fan base or stadium to play at?
Most annoying fan base. uh well, Toronto back then was funny because like I felt like they really didn't know the game. I know your boy's going to Toronto, but it was like I feel like it was a lot of hockey fans watching baseball and like they couldn't talk trash very well. So I'd say uh, Toronto. Like I'm sure a lot of people would say like Yankee Stadium because you know it's Yankee Stadium and but like whenever I came back to Yankee Stadium, everybody was cool because they kind of knew I was from Jersey. So like I felt like people were I don't want to say rooting for me, but they were nice to me. Like a lot of the people in New York, even though we were playing the Yankees. But I know typically the Yankee fans, Red Sox fans, but Red Sox fans, I don't know. Maybe because I was in the zone there, I didn't hear them, or maybe because it was Oakland and we weren't that great, that it wasn't like that much of a rivalry, that they weren't too heckly, I guess. But I would say like just the way that they talk trash in Canada was kind of comical. Like you just be like, "Yo, Henry Idler talks better trash than you, bro."
Um, who was your favorite manager that you played under?
Oh man, let's see. Favorite manager. Um, Let me think about that for a second. Uh, uh, well, I mean, like honestly, I had some of my best managers in the minor leagues. There was quite a few guys that a buddy of mine named Derek Bryant was a good guy. Um, who else out there? Bruce Bochy, I played for the Padres. He was, a well-respected, very good manager. Um, who else? I don't always see eye to eye with some of my managers. That's probably like, yeah. There's, like I said, communication is the key to being a good manager, and like I'll say the best manager I played for, I didn't necessarily. Oh well, you know what? I'll say Joe Madden. That's what I'll say. Joe Madden was the man. He was a good guy. I didn't play for him in the big leagues, but I played for him in spring training with Tampa, and he was just like an authentic, cool dude that like kind of could relate to everyone, even though he's a little older. Like he would find something that you had interest in besides baseball and like really talk to you and like conversate with you about things that you enjoyed that didn't have anything to do with baseball, which was like he's really had an interest in what you were all about. He's trying to learn like kind of what makes you tick, and he was a lot of fun to play for. And then obviously like Dave Roberts, he wasn't a manager, but he kind of acted like a manager, even though he eventually became a manager. Like I see why he's such a good manager because he was such a likable, yet he would hold you accountable even as a teammate. But also did some of those same qualities that Joe Madden, like would talk to you about personal stuff as opposed to just like baseball stuff. So, and Bob Melvin was the bench coach with the Diamondbacks the year I got called up with them, and he was a very successful manager in the big leagues, and he has those same qualities like great communication, cares about his players.
All right, Jack. 2002, you won AAA All-Star Game MVP.
Wow, you're digging in the crates, bro.
Bring me through that game. How did you feel winning it? How did it go?
Yeah, I remember the home run I hit. I think it was like a low scoring game maybe, and I hit like the game winning home run like to left field off somebody. And I think I got like another hit, my first at bat, where I just kind of like rolled over a ball and hit a single in the hole between like first and second or something. I just remember like my wife was there, my parents were there, so that was cool. Like that's what I remember most about it. I remember there was like a lot of good players in that game, Carlos Pena, a couple other like future all stars in the big leagues. But I remember it being like a fun time because I also had some friends that I came up with in the minor leagues because I was, in the All-Star like game most year, like I guess the two previous years. So you play like a lot of the same guys each year in the All-Star game. So like it's always cool to see guys like outside your organization and play with them just because like you read about them, you know about them, but you really don't know how they are. So then like you make a lot of like long lasting friendships just because like you're like, yo, that's my dude. Like that's a cool dude. Then when you play against them on the road and you go to their hometown, you like hang out with them their hometown. They come to your hometown, you hang out with them your hometown. So you make a lot of friends like outside of your organization that you're playing in. So that was like my third All Star game or second or third All Star game. And it was a lot of, like I said, a lot of those same people, and even like their wives or girlfriends were there who I met previously. So like me, my wife, and like their wives and girlfriends would like go out and like chill. Like I think it's usually like a couple days here in town. So it was fun. It was good. I mean, winning an All Star game, MVP, whether it be minor leagues, never did in the big leagues, never made an All Star team, but like just it's cool. And I think it was on ESPN, so like back then it was like, yo, I'm on TV.
Um, you played for a lot of organizations before breaking out in Oakland. What did that
hmm
journey, excuse me? Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, what did that journey teach you about staying confident when a team doesn't fully believe in you?
Man, you guys got good questions. Jeez. Yeah, it's that a lot of that comes from like just having well, it's mentally you got to be tough and know that like I'm good enough, but it is hard. But having like the support of your family, like my parents are always like super supportive, always pumping me up. Like my dad's always pumping me up, my mom's always pumping me up, like just in their ways that they do it. And my wife was super supportive, like kind of just following me around and like, yo, this is gonna happen. I had minor league coaches that like, were just like, hey, you're gonna make it. Like just because you're bouncing around, you deserve to be in the big leagues. Like you're playing really well. Just keep going. So like all those things kind of helps you. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's you going out there, and it's just like you love the game. You go out there and play the game, and I always just played the game for like the only reason I played the game was like I wanted the guys on the other team to be like, oh, that dude's good, he could ball. Like that's it. Like as long as you got the respect of the other team and guys knew you could play, then that's all I really cared about. But like it is a whole different mentality, like when you're bouncing around and then like you go from one team, you have a good year, but they let you go. And then you go to another team, you have a good year, and then like even like I had some of my best years before that Oakland before that little stunt, the 4 years in Oakland. And I was like, man, what do I have to do to get to the big leagues? Like, I'm killing it. And then that's when guys were like, oh, we like when guys walk and hit home runs. And I was walking and hitting home runs, and I was still kind of young. I'm like, what do I got to do? Like, what else do I have to do? So it's another great question by you guys. But it's yeah, you got to just believe in yourself, just like in anything, like in life. Your mental, what you think what you think about yourself and what you think in your head is all you really have. So like your mind can be very powerful, and it could help you or it can hurt you. So you just gotta always think positive, because any doubt that creeps in your mind, it's just never good. So you just gotta constantly think positive things. And if everyone has doubt, or they start to think, oh, maybe I can't do this, or maybe I'm not destined to play in the major leagues, or whatever it is. You just gotta, like, all right, everyone has those thoughts. The most successful people in the world have those thoughts, but like they're for a split second, and then they just keep going. They're like, all right, let me do my thing, let me work, let me grind, and good things will happen. So good question.
Okay, before I ask my question, we're going to take a quick sponsor break to Big Al's in Cornelius, North Carolina. Very good burgers, great fries, incredible French fries, and great trivia nights on Tuesday. But
Nice.
back to my question. So when you won the Player of the Week, and I think was the first week of the season,
Mm-hmm.
did you have any like different mindset or motivation just coming into the season that year and hitting those 6 homers in that week?
Um, y no, well, that was kind of like, so the question before, it was my first week in the big leagues that year, but I started the year in the minor leagues with San Diego. And I actually started the year like terribly. I think I was like probably struck out like 10 of my first 15 at bats after having after having a great year the year before. I went back to the same spot in Portland, Oregon, and then I just like caught fire. I hit like 10 home runs and like 50 at bats, and then I got traded to the A's, and my mentality was like, this is it. Like, this is like, you're on fire. This is the time. Like, if you don't do it now, it's not going to happen. But you can't put that much pressure on yourself either. So I was kind of like just going out there and playing. And then, like, I think my first at bat, I walked. I was in Tampa. My next at bat, like I flew all the way from Portland, Oregon, on the far west coast, northwest, all the way down to Tampa in Florida. My first at bat, I walked. I think my second at bat, I like struck out on a pitch that like I should have, like, I think I struck out looking. I was like, man, I could have killed that pitch. What am I doing? And then some of that doubt starts to creep in your head again, like, oh man. And then my next at bat, I hit a ball really well. Like my last at bat of the game, hit a home run to center field. And then I think the next game I hit a couple home runs, and the next game I hit a home run. It was like, oh, okay, like I'm still hot, so we're good. And so like that week, I was like, yeah, I was pretty on fire that week. But like my mentality was like, this is it. Like if you don't do it now, you're never gonna do this interview with Henry Eibler. He's never gonna even talk to you. So I just wanted to make you proud, bro. And your dad.
Oh,
Yep.
Jack, what was your favorite clubhouse activity that you and like your teammates like would do?
I like, a couple of clubhouses had ping pong. I like ping pong. I was like goat ping pong. And then the other thing, I never really played cards much growing up, but like we would like play a variation of spades, like, and that's what everyone did in every clubhouse. It was crazy. Like you just go to any, I was on lots of teams and everyone would play, and I used to watch guys play, and I'd be like, I don't have time for that. Like I don't want to do that. But then I don't know, one year in Oakland I started playing, and it was like, that was like, I don't know, we just did it, the same 4 to 8 guys would do that like all day long. And then after the game, we do it all night long. And then on the planes, we do it all plane ride long. So it was like, I guess that's it. Like playing cards, and then ping pong. Like I said, a couple places had that, but not many. Um, and now they got all types of crazy stuff. They got like meditation rooms and like they got like spas in these clubhouses now, is what I hear. So that I probably would have liked to have done that stuff now, but they didn't have that back then. And then some video games too. Guys would play video games once in a while, but I used to play FIFA a lot back then, so that kind of was my game. But I'd say just playing cards because everybody was playing cards like constantly, and a lot of trash talk. So it was fun.
All right, for my last question, Jack, when did you realize that, you could, live out your dream? Like you could make it to the MLB as you did and you had a great career. When did you realize that? Was that in high school? Where was that?
um, when did I like realize it? I guess. I mean, high school, I knew I was good. I don't know if it was like, well, I'll say my whole life I thought I could play in the big leagues. Like I always that was the goal since I was probably 5 or 6 years old. This is like weird, sounds weird, but like my dad had Rick Cerrone, who was an old time Yankee player. He was from Newark. He played. My dad played with him at Seton Hall. So like we would go on the field and I'd watch batting practice. So like to me, my dad's friend played in the major league. So I was like, it's like your dad's friend's doctor or a lawyer or a cop, whatever it may be. Like when you see someone that like that's doing it, it makes it like, all right, that's something that's possible. Like my dad's friend does that. And then when I became good at baseball, or like when I would work at it and I was good and I was always, usually the best guy. Well, I was best guy, around the small town that I grew up with. And then as you start playing throughout the state, you realize you're like the best player. Then you go in the country and you realize you're one of the best players. I guess when I got drafted by Arizona, like leading up to that, I knew I could play in the big leagues. Like I'd say junior year of high school, senior year of high school, like just because of the attention I was getting from major league scouts. So, you're like, all right, they're scouting me. Obviously, I could play in the big leagues. There's a lot that has to happen till then. Um, but I would like that was my goal from the jump, like day one. I like even when I was playing other sports, like Henry's dad makes fun of me because he was a basketball player. So we used to joke. I used to play ball all the time. I used to shoot a million baskets like in my backyard every day, and like every last shot since I was like 10 years old would be like, if I make this, I'll play in the big leagues. Like even though I'm playing basketball, like that was so I always like super focused, make that shot. And if I missed it, I was like, I'm just kidding. If I make this shot, I'll play the big leagues. But so like it was always a thought in my head to do it. And a lot of that was from my dad and kind of like the mental approach that he gave me. So I always, thought I could do it. But then I'd say like my junior year in high school is probably when I realized, all right, like I'm getting the attention and like I'm definitely gonna get an opportunity to play in the big leagues. And then when I started playing pro ball, like my first year, I was like, yeah, I could do it. Like, yeah, I was a first round pick in high school. So that obviously tells you, like, all right, people think highly of you. And then when I played pro ball and I did well, like from the beginning, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play in the big leagues. So I think just like you think you can, and then you kind of know you can. Like it's always there that you think you can or that you can, but each level, each milestone that you hit, whether it be big or small, like as you go over that next hurdle and achieve that next level, you're like, all right, I could do it even more. Like it's always an inkling in your head, but um, so yeah, I don't know the exact moment, but I'd say later in high school was when I thought there was a good shot.
So I think this will be our last question for the day.
All right.
And I wanted to make it a fun one. We've been talking about baseball all day. what is like your funniest, like craziest, cool story? It could be from baseball, because I mean, I feel like baseball is kind of life for those beginning parts of the years, but it could be in general too. It could be outside of baseball. What's like you go to a party, they sit down, they're like, "Hey, Jack, tell us a story." What is your funniest, craziest story?
I probably can't tell that on this show, but I don't. Craziest, funniest story. Man, that's a good question too. Oh well, I'll tell one. I got a good story because it's got it's got Henry's dad, and it is funny because we tell this story a lot. So we were in Fenway Park in 2003, and I was playing with Baltimore, and his dad was there, Mr. Eibler was there, and well, Chris, I can't call him Mr. Eibler because that's the big guy. That's Henry's granddad. But so Chris Eibler, my best friend from high school's there, and he's like, because like I said, I like playing in Boston because like Boston's a cool city to go to because it's not as big as New York and it's like a little easier to navigate. It's like a college town kind of, but they got pro sports. So Chris comes up there because Chris loves road trips, and so I wasn't playing, and I'm taking batting practice, and I'll never forget. I was like, I called him. I forget if I called him or I texted him because I forget what we did back then. But I just remember like it going down like this. I was like, bro, did you see this? Did you see that batting practice that I just took? And like, because I literally took batting practice and I went to left field, and like the Boston fans were like clapping, noticeably clapping at like I hit every ball like 450 feet, like out of the stadium. It was I was good at batting practice, and this was like one of my best batting practices ever. So I called Chris. Will remember better. I don't know if we text or call, but we always joke because I'm like, did you just witness one of the greatest moments in Major League Baseball history? And he's like, what? I was drinking a beer with some girl like that was his friend from like college or something. I'm like, bro, you're not watching. I'm not even playing today. You gotta watch batting practice. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna watch batting practice. I was like, bro, it was one of so he always busts my chops. He's like, oh, you remember one of the greatest moments in Major League Baseball history, and it was during batting practice. So it's just something that we joke about because I didn't have much to kind of talk about back then because I was just kind of sitting on the bench. But that's kind of like a funny story that me and his dad have together, and I'm sure he could tell a lot more funny stories because he's got a way better memory than I do. I forget a lot because I had so many bad at bats that I used to have to like forget them real quick. So I just kind of forget everything and just live in the moment. But that's one of them. It's not that funny for you guys, but for Chris and I, that was it's a funny moment.
Yeah. So from ever now on, whenever he does a good parallel parking job, he goes, "That was a great moment in parking history." Every time.
That's where he gets it from, man. It was hey, listen, and you guys can take that with you. Whatever you do, you can say this is a great moment in podcasting history as well. Feel like Joe Rogan right now. We're locked in. I appreciate you guys having me too.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah.
All right. So
Thank
I
you.
think we're gonna wrap.
You got any more
Viewers
sponsors you
at
need to
home.
shout out, bro?
I didn't even know
No.
we had sponsors.
Free. Gave him a Sprite.
You guys were great, man. Hey, you guys got it. You guys asked great questions, and you need to keep this thing going. You're doing a really good job. I'm very intrigued. I'm gonna have to tune in.
No,
Thank
thank you very much. You had
Thank you.
some amazing answers for us.
All right. Well, you just be on time over there in Houston. All right. We're not on Central Time. We're on that East Coast time. It's all right, bro. I'm late for everything. Ask Henry's dad. I'm an hour late for everything. So I made sure to be on time for you guys though, because you got the big show going, and my battery's about to die. So I'll see you guys. Thank you so much. You got anything else to say, Henry?
No, just viewers at home. If you could like and subscribe, it's much appreciated. You don't have to. I don't really do it on other channels, but
No, you got to smash that like button, bro. Smash it.
thank you for watching.